to the Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba. Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba.
Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. I don't know why I've got this accent on.
I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it.
Is it kind of like a southern accent,
No.
do you reckon? Or just, where is that from?
Middle European.
Middle European? Like
Yeah.
Ukraine or something?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Somewhere controversial. That sounds like me. Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. We are live in our room, but not
Not live now.
broadcasting
like,
live.
Not you, when you're hearing
We're-
us,
yeah.
we're not live then.
Because that's
We're
a
live
bit
now.
weird because, everything's generally live when
Yeah.
they're recording it.
That's funny.
God, the concept
didn't
of time, right?
It didn't
Anyway.
need to be said.
That's a
We're
confusing
here.
point.
We're here.
When you're watching it, it's live for you.
Okay, imagine someone starts listening to it at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
And then
that's
in their
when
room.
we're there.
And we're like, we're live. We've been waiting for you. Hello.
It's like how a toddler would think. Oh,
Yeah.
they're doing
Yeah,
that for me
they're-
now.
they're
Entertaining me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not get too rude and not introduce our guest today. I'm glad she's here having a good time already.
Yes.
I was actually paid to say this. Introducing the blue-haired, slightly impaired, risk taker, rule breaker, six skidder, and hardcore crossfitter, Shani Rae.
Oh, I'm very impressed
Welcome.
that you came up with an intro. Thank
Wow.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Only some of that was true.
Most of it. I have plenty of people that I've gone to see, and they've verified all
That
of this
is the
information.
traits of Shani.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Shit.
just so you know, we're not really hung up on the truth of things here. Like that's less important out of all the things that we rank. Truth is way down there.
If it makes it interesting, good
yeah,
story, bit
exactly.
of drama.
Yeah, it's fine.
I swear there used to be Inspector Power back in the day.
Blowing things wide open.
Yeah, blowing things
There
wide
was,
open. And we're
yeah.
getting the truth out of
Yeah.
things and making
You know what?
bullshit is not bullshit.
As the podcast has gone on, it's become less important.
That's true, I guess so. People change, things change. I've changed.
But we're super excited to have you. This is season 6, episode
Season
2.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got on the season 6 one.
Got
Yeah.
so many more episodes I need to watch.
Quite a few.
So what? You're probably a season behind. So you see season 1 to 4. You're up to 5.
What's
Yeah.
actually your favourite season
Don't. I
episode?
literally said to you earlier, don't you dare put me on the spot because I'm not going to. No.
Okay.
Because they're all so good, you can't pick one.
Yes.
Is that right?
I like the one where James tells a joke, Liz laughs a lot, and it's just really funny.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
You
I
can
know
tell
that
she's
one.
seen all of her episodes.
Yeah, that's every episode.
I'm an
Perfect.
avid watcher.
Wonderful.
The biggest fan.
We're still glad you're here anyway.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I thought we could do something a little bit different to what we used to do with our guests and actually introduce them, get to know our guests. So instead of just going through updates and ignoring them completely, what do you reckon about that?
I feel honoured. Those poor other guests before me.
I mean, I feel uncomfortable about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've been put on the spot and not consulted, so I guess we'll go with it.
Yeah, I think we should.
that is the plan
Yeah.
for this evening.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
sure.
some feedback that we got among some of the other feedback that we got from randoms.
So was it
on the YouTube comments?
What anonymous guest put that feedback in there?
Anonymous 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
obviously. No,
Right.
I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
rhymes.
Yeah, try.
Ooh, that's cool. I like rhymes.
So I believe, Shani, you wanted to come onto the podcast. You were super excited to
Yeah.
become YouTube famous.
Yep, because my first YouTube career didn't kick off. I was going to be a famous vlogger when vlogging, before it was like super like everyone did it back in like, what year was I?
I don't know.
20.
I wasn't there.
Ugh, I'm not good at math. 2010. I moved to the UK.
YouTube peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I moved to the UK and I was watching like Charles Trippy and Shaytards and Jessie and Gina, and I was like, that's it, Jenna Marbles. And I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna vlog while I live here and it's gonna be amazing. And I did like 2 or 3 days and went, this is hard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I was
didn't
going
do
to say
anymore.
I've not seen your videos.
No,
so,
it's
yeah.
buried in YouTube somewhere.
Oh, but it is there.
It absolutely
We
is
will
there.
leave a link in the description
No,
so you can go check it out.
Yes.
I've hidden those for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Great.
So what did you used to vlog about?
What I was doing. I just usually like
What were you doing?
just walking around London, just
Okay.
doing things, checking out the scene. I was 20, so it wasn't overly interesting. I didn't have a lot of money. We were
Okay.
going to gigs, so I think there was a few videos of gigs.
Okay.
But yeah,
So, are we sure vlogging is past its peak?
I don't know.
Because I
feel like what we're doing is vlogging, really.
Well, we're just-
truthfully.
well, because
It's
when you
worse
think
than
about
vlogging.
podcasts, they
Yeah.
like they started off not being filmed at all.
Yeah, correct.
How did they
It's
start?
just audio.
I don't know.
Okay.
Just audio.
Probably voice memos.
Yeah. A collection of voice memos all stitched together.
Yeah.
Because I think that this is worse than vlogging because it's just retelling things. We're not even live going, look what I'm looking at. We're describing things that happened that we saw at some point in time. So
Yeah,
it's like
that's
you
You
true.
get
want
the
to
best
move.
bits. You get the best bits when you do it this
Yeah.
way. Whereas vlogging,
You just have to
to
sort.
scour through
Yeah.
hours and hours of footage to find the best bits, and that's what's
Yeah.
hard.
So
Okay.
did you just like video yourself for like the whole day?
Like 8 hours, 9 hours a day, and I
Really?
just like turn it on, and we'd be walking somewhere, and I might turn it off at like intervals.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like 8 hours.
So like when you go to a pantomime or something, there's an interval,
I don't know what that is.
like a play.
yeah,
Yeah, like at the theatre.
yeah. No, not
Different.
like that.
Yeah.
No.
Slightly.
You just like
Like it-
sometimes old school
When you have
Gladstone, you
a-
had an interval in the movie
to the cinema
in the cinema
with the Hessian
yeah,
seats
the Hessian seats.
down
Thought
the
I'd bring
front.
that up. Interval was the greatest time. You know,
You
what
went
I
and
mean?
got more lollies and chocolates because you'd ate
Yeah.
all your popcorn.
and
like,
try your
within the-
best to talk to the girl that was you
Yeah.
know over there.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Who's Liz?
come sit
Do
with
you-
me in this Hessian bag.
Yeah. Right down the front where you have to look like this.
Yeah, come get a sore neck with me.
The seats recline now in a lot of cinemas because of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Yeah, so I thought it
romance is
was
gone.
just like gold class that did
Yeah.
it. But I have friends go to the cinema. I'm going to say a couple of weeks ago. It's probably more like months and months ago.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, the seats recline now.
Time
and I was
flies
like,
when you're having
what
fun.
happens to where's the memories of people being like,
Oh, so
like
we all
that.
care about our necks now. Is
Apparently.
that a thing?
screw us, like having to
Yeah.
grow up
I
and
know.
sit at the front. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Also,
There you
that
go.
that was a total exaggeration as well as to how long I vlogged. Like 8 hours is way too long.
Yeah, that is a long time to record.
It is.
a
It
long
is
time.
definitely is. I didn't do it that long.
And then just
but
like sort through footage
That's
down to like,
the theory behind it.
So
many,
how
many hours.
long did you actually break it down to?
like what was the length of the video that you?
I think I was aiming for half a.
Half an hour
Yeah.
and from 8 hours
Ooh.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a lot of editing to
Also,
do.
I keep in mind as well, like I had no editing tools and no experience editing, so
Yeah.
like this was going to be hard work.
And
anyway.
2010.
It's probably-
Yeah.
yeah.
Hardly any software.
I
Great.
literally got my first MacBook while I was over there,
Yeah, right.
and I'd stopped vlogging by that point. I did things in the right order.
Perfect.
You know what? Let's just say that maybe your vlogging career isn't over yet, and there may still be a time to pick it back up.
I think that my backup could potentially be I just be mic'd up and I'm just
Oh,
doing like
great.
daily things.
Yeah, perfect.
Because I talk to myself all the time. So just
It's
mic me
very
up.
entertaining. Just so everyone knows the backup, where Shani comes from. Shani's actually
Where
at my
do I
work.
come from?
Yeah. Where does she come from? She's
Well-
at my work. So what do you know about Shani?
Well, yeah, so that's what I was going to say. So tonight I knew that Shani was coming, and before when you invited her and before she arrived, I knew that you worked with her. You'd met her at work.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. And then
I'd say a couple of other things.
nothing that we'd really like stuck down, really. So I then
I'm just a
learned.
big surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that might be a beige flag. It's
No,
not a
I
red
want to
flag.
pick the red
It's a-
flag. I want to pick the red flag.
So the only two other things that I kind of found out
yeah.
was that you drink Jim Beam
Red flag.
and that you drive a Subaru.
Red flag.
So yeah, you're right. I was like, wow.
What are we bringing into this house? What kind of trash is about to walk through that door?
I did not say that. I didn't say that. I just let it be known. I said, what type of vetting system do we have? Because we may need to relook
We're
at
just
it.
letting these trashy chicks that drive Subarus and drink Jim Beam into our nice home.
And I had nothing else to go
our
on.
Successful
So I will just say I had nothing else to go on at that point in time.
So you're saying I should do better and bring better guests on?
I feel like
No.
there's
In
more to
front of
Shani that there's just Subaru and Jim Beam.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like maybe I didn't know enough
lot more, but-
beforehand.
Not a lot more.
Not a lot more, but a little bit more.
Maybe just ask a few more things to tell me before we bring the guest on.
Yeah,
That's
like
all.
maybe she's actually really quite good at her job, and
Oh, I don't care about that. What else you got?
Comms queen. Comms queen.
comms queen,
Yeah.
bit of a what was that word today? Culture queen.
Oh yeah.
People are important to
Apparently culture
me.
queen.
I'm spiritual.
Oh, now we're getting interesting.
And there we
Yeah.
go.
That was going to be one of the things I brought up. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
let's go
Do you
there.
have a list to tell me then?
Yeah. Oh,
So,
plenty of
so
things.
hold on.
shit,
You've got
okay.
a list of stuff and you chose to lead with Jim Beam and
Yeah.
What a dick.
You know me. Lead with red flags. This is going to be exciting.
More red flags. That's not even red when you
What-
compare like other things about Shani.
what else have you got then?
So tell me a little bit about what you would tell us about how you're the main character in.
Oh, we're going straight in there, are we?
Yeah, well, let's dive right in.
So one of the things that I tell a few people at work, remind them before they were even aware that it was a thing.
Remind them about their script.
I suffer's the wrong word, but it's the word I'm going to use. I suffer from a thing called main character syndrome, and I'm trying to find a way to explain it that doesn't make me sound insanely narcissistic. But essentially, this is my
This is
world,
gonna be fun.
and you're all just playing.
Yeah. You have main character energy. I
Yeah,
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so there's just a portion of everyone's day where they have to give me enough attention. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to be frustrated and a little grumpy around the grounds.
Yeah, everyone else is a side character. I get that.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
time.
I'm completely on board with that.
Thank
So
you.
do you feel like you're the main character?
No, I feel like when I read the main character energy, sometimes I need to encompass more of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Exactly.
It's so powerful.
to just be like, instead of I only exist when I'm in other people's stories, just like, oh, I could have main character energy.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be like an NPC. You know, I've got very limited amounts
It's
of
like-
information to provide you. I can point you in a direction.
But
Maybe
like,
give you a little quest.
yeah, but if you got on the right subject,
Yeah.
super detailed information about everything in that one world.
Yeah. Well, they need
Yeah,
to
but
know
then
it
you
for their
just
quest.
go,
Like, when-
oh, he's a bot.
yeah, exactly.
He's the next GPT.
Yeah.
Chat GPT.
Fuck
It has like a
ChatGPT.
loop of like 3 personal questions, and once it gets to the end, it goes back to the first one, and it's like, here we go. They're like, oh no,
Start again.
we're done.
Everyone watching this that knows me is like, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So can we actually get to know you a little bit better?
Go on.
Okay.
Is
That's
that okay?
fine. I'm an
The
open
box.
book. There isn't
So-
a lot off topics.
So for anyone who saw the last season,
Liz introduced her
I
box.
introduced a box. I showed
box.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, showed
brought
everyone
it.
my box.
Is it a fun box?
It's very fun. I think
It's
fun.
a little green.
It's fun. It's sparkly.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
It
she
is fun.
bedazzled her box.
Anyway, I'm all about bedazzling. I actually did the bedazzling myself.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I just
reckon
have
that also just on that,
Yeah.
I think there's a missed opportunity there.
Yeah.
It should have been vajazzled.
I specifically didn't because I wanted Liz to go there. I was leading her
Nah.
into it.
Is
I'm
that
never
what it's
gonna-
actually called?
Yeah,
vajazzling?
Bedazzling,
Yeah,
yeah, where you
bedazzle is
bedazzle
when
your
you put it.
vagina.
Yeah, correct. It's a
Yeah.
combination of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I just ruined
I
everything.
Yeah.
don't think people do it anymore.
No, it was a fad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the diamond in the tooth. It was a bit of a thing.
Oh,
'cause I
sorry. Are
remember
we past that now? Because
I've
I've been still
like
waiting.
one,
Yeah. Okay.
but-
Great. So we're still okay with it.
So I
Yeah.
should get
Okay.
rid
Great.
of my diamond.
Get your gold plates out.
You're booked in tomorrow. So I just have 3 quick questions.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
The first one is, and I'm just
Oh. Surprise.
Oh,
Pulled it out of a box.
What?
What's she got?
what was the last thing you Googled before this interview?
Should we check my history? Because I Googled some pretty fun stuff.
So it wasn't like the address of this place.
No.
How do I get here?
Yeah.
I went solely off memory
Yeah.
to get here.
And how
How'd that
impaired
go?
were you?
Did that go well
memory.
for you?
Look, most of the time I'm great. I just couldn't remember which end of the
Like
road.
the directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like left or right.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise,
Couldn't remember
fine.
the main
The
part
main
of
bits.
like getting there, the directions. Yeah.
The last thing I Googled was actually some angel numbers. That's not nearly as fun because I Googled some gross things.
Well,
Was that angel numbers?
angel numbers?
Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers.
What
So
What have you seen?
I see at the moment a lot of 3s, a lot of 2s. I saw a fair amount of 6s today. So I've just been Googling the meaning of them as I
great.
see them.
I feel like the angel number should have like a wing on it, on the sides.
No,
Of it.
they're just Mazdas.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Your next question is if this room had a wall,
Yeah.
how many basketballs would fit in this room?
Oh.
Full size basketballs. They're
Full size?
inflated. Yeah. So just if you could work that out for me, that'd be great.
Are you gonna do math on a podcast?
I'm doing some math.
I'm
Yeah.
doing some math.
And then later on, I'm going to measure the room and
least-
test it.
At
Yeah.
least 140.
140. All right. Thank you for your
Get
answer.
140 on the floor here.
So
Oh, wait a minute.
standard size
140.
140. I'll come back to you on how close you are.
I'm going to be so wrong.
You can put like 10 across there easily.
And then
So good. Oh, I'm
by the
so
end-
glad that
okay.
was a math question.
by the end of the podcast, I'll tell you how many it is. Describe the color yellow to someone who is blind. Is your third one. And that's it.
Well, if they're blind,
Yeah. They have no other point of reference. They've always been blind.
great. Look in the direction of where you think the
Sorry.
sun is.
Sorry. This is a person that's blind and you're starting off with look.
Just take a glance.
Move your face in the direction of where you think that big ball of gas is. That's the sun.
So could you turn them to maybe face
Yeah, I mean,
the
I
sun?
definitely couldn't.
Okay,
I could
great.
say,
So
like, I'm pointing you towards the sun.
I'm pointing you towards the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. And,
And
then what's
then-
next?
They look at it because the sun is that hot that when your eyes are shut, I mean, I would tell them to shut their eyes. Even though they're blind, I don't need to do more damage to their eyeballs. Shut their eyes. Shut
And
their-
so it's
And
a
then, like,
feeling.
it is a feeling, but because the sun is so bright, it's still going to burn like a.
So they're still
I
going to
am loving
sense
this.
light. Okay.
I'm loving this.
Okay.
Because, okay, so hold on.
Okay.
So when you're closing your eyes
Yeah.
and you see that light, which is what you're talking about,
Yeah.
that is because you can see.
I feel like it's that bright and that powerful that
Do you know what?
they would still get like a.
So powerful.
It transcends sight.
Yeah.
I was going to be so nice and be like, do you know what? Even like the feeling of the sun
Yeah.
is the closest to the color yellow,
Yeah.
irrespective of what they can see.
I mean, unless it's
If
like
you
a really hot day, then that's like red.
Yeah, okay. So let's a moderately warm day facing the sun.
Beautiful in spring.
That is what yellow is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I love that. Thank you.
Like that we got through that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all of my questions. I think I know everything about you I need to know now.
All right.
We got some surprises for you then.
One thing I wanted to bring up, and this is something that Shani tends to bring up quite a lot at work, is dreams. Now, I know I do not have dreams, like, at all, or I can't remember
You can't
them.
remember them, yeah.
That's really sad.
It is terrible. It really is. But the dreams that I do remember, they're absolutely ridiculous. And I do end up, sometimes I wake up and I'm completely delirious and say stupid things.
You
but,
do?
Yes. But you do talk about dreams, and so do you. I'd like to hear a little bit about, like, what your dreams mean, you think? Deep.
Well, considering the last 2 nights
Yeah.
of dreams have not been.
Fun.
Well, I mean, like I woke up pleasantly okay, but when I've recounted my dream to someone, James, he was like, "Are you okay? Do you need to speak to someone?" I'm like, "I'm fine. Nothing happened. It's all good.
Yeah. So
I only killed a few people."
this is what I meant.
So last night, I unalived many humans.
Wow.
And I found the sweet spot. And I only know this so detailed is because I recounted it in a voice memo this morning. But I unalived many people, and I found the sweet spot right above the collarbone. And I was hitting them with an axe. And then I was putting people into this like little red wagon behind me and just wheeling them along behind me. And I almost got caught a few times, but I just kept going on, carrying on my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
So
why I
what does
asked if
that
she's
mean?
okay. What does that
Yeah.
mean? I think it means that you potentially have watched some crazy movie or TV show or read a book before you went to bed, potentially.
No.
Well-
none of the above.
Did you know,
That doesn't help your situation.
in all honesty, what it could mean?
What's the
Have you looked up the meaning of it?
I haven't, no.
So if I was to guess what it means, I would be thinking that you are taking charge to like finalize things in your life and finalize cycles and like kind of move on from things and like close doors to be able to move forward is what I would say the interpretation of the brain is saying.
Yeah.
Because what I know is babies and things like that means new beginnings. And so unaliving for me is like taking
Unaliving.
Yeah, which is the correct way of saying it.
On the
On
internet,
social media,
yes.
is
Oh, okay. Is this a
this
new
is-
thing?
It's on TikTok.
Yeah.
You can't say
You can-
death
I
and
said-
all
I
of that
already
stuff.
said the K
Unaliving.
word, but
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say.
No.
You're not
That's a
supposed
trigger,
to.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to.
No.
Yeah.
It's unaliving.
We'll get cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes on once, cancels them.
Yeah. So yeah, because
Demonetized.
baby is
don't
new
get
beginnings.
money anyway.
We don't. We don't. We do this at a loss. I would say that
Thank
is
you, Patreons.
that is finalizing things is what I would say.
You know what's crazy about that? So like I mentioned earlier, spiritual. And so there's a few psychics that I get some readings from. And that's been the theme of my readings for like the last 6 months, to the point where I'm like, guys, I think you're spouting some shit now because nothing's changed. Like, and you keep telling me things are changing. And I'm like, when the F is it going to change? But
Well, truthfully,
Subconsciously.
like,
and the
things are always changing because that's how time works.
Shut up.
You are exactly right. But maybe just, I mean, I've interpreted one of your dreams. Maybe could you interpret one of mine really quickly, perhaps?
Oh, this is
Okay, great. So the dream that stands out the most in my entire life is one that I had when I was 10, right before I had to write a creative writing assignment the next day. So I was walking down the street in our town. There was a butcher there, but on that particular day, it had turned into a McDonald's. This town, by the way, has one school, 3 service stations, and like that's it. There's only one street in the town,
3 service
so it's a
stations.
McDonald's.
Right.
And everyone that walked in bought a cheeseburger. It only sold cheeseburgers, nothing else on the menu. Cheeseburgers,
Was
and
a
they
butcher.
it was a butcher previously. Exactly. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So they would walk out, open up their packet, open up the cheeseburger, and throw their pickle on the ground. And so littered on the street, on the sidewalk, was all of these slices of pickles, right? So overnight, these pickles grew from slices of pickles into fully grown giant pickles and terrorized the town and took over the town. What do you think that might mean?
Good luck.
Did you, by chance, eat some cheese before you went to sleep?
I mean, there's every possibility. I could check with mum, but it was a while ago, I guess.
That sounds like a wild cheese dream.
Cheese dream.
Yeah, cheese dream.
Do you know
Okay.
what?
It's a thing.
A
Yeah.
cheese dream is a thing.
Yeah, also pork. If you have pork before, like late before you go to bed, that can cause really weird dreams as well.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
We should. I think this is like an experiment
You
for this
would-
week.
I've
Eat
tried.
pork and
I'm
cheese.
obsessed with cheese. I freaking love cheese.
Oh, I do too.
And I eat a lot
My
of
body
cheese.
doesn't like cheese, but I love it.
I eat a lot of cheese, and it's really like hit and miss as to if you'll get like a
Yeah.
cheese dream. It
Okay.
kind of depends on everything else that's happening
So,
today
so
and what you're
okay.
eating.
So let's
But
let's
that
pick
dream
a week.
Yeah.
was gnarly.
Yeah, let's pick a week.
Yeah.
and I'll just have pork with cheese on it
Every night
for
before you
every
go to bed.
Dinner for
Yeah,
What do you
perfect.
reckon?
That sounds
Yeah.
like an awful
I'm
dinner.
Very.
It does, but I want this dream.
Maybe
I see
and
the
it
way.
can't be like nice cheese, like feta or like it's.
No, it
gotta
has to be like cheddar. Yeah. The way I see
Just
it is
cheddar.
we make like pork sushi almost, like they have a sushi train, like the pork, the sliced pork over
Yeah.
rice,
Okay.
melt the cheese on top with like a
Yeah, that could be
blowtorch.
interesting.
There we go.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So
Let's see if we can
hold
get
it,
you
hold
some
it.
dreams.
I feel like we're skipping over the important stuff. How the hell does cheese create dreams? Is there science in this? Or is this
I mean,
just
there
blah,
probably
blah?
is, but I don't know.
There probably could be.
Do you
but
have to have cheese and then watch like a ridiculous movie?
No.
No.
No. It's got something to do with the way that it stimulates your mind, is my understanding. So like
The
the
lactose.
enzymes or the enzymes or something in it stimulates like brain activity.
Is
which
lactose an enzyme
what? It's a sugar. Lactose is a sugar.
or carbohydrate?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we got into the science.
Okay. So that's all I have about dreams.
I'm so
Stay-
glad we went down
stay
that rabbit
tuned.
hole.
As soon as you started talking about the giant pickle, all I pictured was like pickle in a packet. And I was like, fuck, imagine
they
all
are
those pickle
terrible.
in a packet.
Yeah, they are awful.
I've never tried one because the whole thing freaks me out.
So you know Mel from work?
Yeah.
Mel brought me a pickle and her a pickle to have at work.
Why
And
am
we
I
were like, you
actually
got to
not
try
that
these.
surprised?
Apparently they are great. And we went to try one
Yeah.
together.
Ugh.
It's like we opened it up. It smelled terrible.
Pickly.
Oh,
Well,
You know who
didn't
likes
even-
them?
What?
Nahima.
Nahima likes those things?
Nahima likes the pickles in the packet.
Oh man! Anyway, we cheersed them and everything. We hit the
Oh.
thing and we went and then we were like, It was terrible.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like any pickle I've had before.
nah,
It
bad
was
times.
it was terrible. It
It
was
would
like it
be-
was put in warm yuck water.
You know what I found out about pickles?
Wow.
And it feels like I should have known this many moons ago.
That they're
I'm-
cucumbers.
I'm 33. Yeah, I didn't know they were cucumbers.
This is so good.
So
Yes!
there
I
was a
had no
TikTok
idea.
the other
And
day.
I was like, what?
There was a-
What? I like cucumbers a lot, but it's taken me many years to like pickles.
There was a TikTok the other
hate
day that was
cucumbers.
like, I don't understand how there is pickled capsicums and pickled tomatoes, and why is there not pickled cucumbers?
I would have been
man.
on
Yeah.
that train if
Yeah.
I hadn't have known maybe just a few weeks earlier.
Okay, welcome to the show, Shani. Really appreciate it. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that we got through getting to know Shani. And we went down plenty of rabbit holes.
We did.
many
Just a
tangents.
little bit of an update from last week. We're still looking for our people
We're looking
to
for our
talk
people.
to your people. So
Yep.
if you want to be on the show, our people will talk to your people.
But we need our
still
people first.
Need our people
So
first.
submit your video
Submit your video
of letting
you.
someone down easy.
Yeah.
And
Filming
then
yourself. Yep.
filming yourself. Just short, doesn't need to be long.
Yep.
And then you could be our people and help us get more people.
Yeah, and that would be good.
Easy as that.
People
All right.
and people.
Yeah, we'll move to the next bit. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, we didn't do a vibe match before we rejoined. Like,
I got pretty excited there.
you did.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like building anticipation. I don't know if I'm at woo yet, but I'm like building towards our next segment.
Maybe a yeah boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. But I'm not a woo.
She's not
Is
a woo girl.
Not a
Nah,
woo girl.
Not
Not
right
a woo
now.
girl.
Is a woo girl a redder flag than a year boy flag?
Ooh.
Nah, I don't reckon.
No?
Woo girls are like a lot.
They are.
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot.
They are a lot. It's
yeah.
true.
I mean, by the time
I'll
I
get back in my boat.
by the time I'm a woo girl, it's a lot. There's no controlling it.
It's like level 1.
Oh.
I'm a lot though. Like I'm a huge extrovert.
I don't think you're a woo girl though.
No.
Like, there's something different about you. But
It's not a woo girl.
It's not a woo girl.
No.
I can woo.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
but
not my default.
have you actually seen the episode of How I Met Your Mother?
The woo
Yeah,
girls.
that's true. I'm not one of those.
No,
girls.
and they're like, "Oh my god, this happened! Woo!"
Oh
That's
yeah,
not.
no, not one of those woo girls.
I just heard your mic crack. Do you mind just saying testing, testing? Can you just try and
Testing. I'll test you in a second.
Yeah. No, that's good.
It's been, yeah, I heard it do that as well. It was on my first laugh.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like super high.
Yeah.
Compressor not working.
I broke it. And I told James this could happen, and it happened. He didn't listen.
Turn it up higher. Compressor working at 400%.
Just got a
Anyway,
loud laugh.
that's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
All right, this is the game time segment, and I've got a song for it. We went through it last week, but here you go. This is it. This is the game time segment. Yeah, it's pretty chill,
I feel like I'm in an elevator.
and then you get the lyrics.
And then lyrics, I'm ready for them.
Oh, it's lyrics?
Yeah, ready?
I'm ready.
Game time, game time.
It's fucking game time. Getting your game on. It's game time. Game it on. Choo, game time.
That was the best surprise ever.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to both sing. I thought it was already pre-recorded.
I've only heard the song once before. I heard it on like earlier in the week when we
Yeah.
did the first episode.
yeah.
So I only knew the first two lines. Ironically
time.
enough, the rest of them were similar to the first.
Yeah.
It's all-
Kind of a bit of repetition.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a rap song. It's really good. Really good. All right. So we did this last week on the
Yeah.
episode. Same sort of thing. I feel like, but I feel like our guest needs to do it. What do you reckon?
Do we have a name for the game?
Ooh.
Something
Game
really
time.
creative, like guess the word.
What's the word? What's the bird with the word?
The bird with the word.
Bird is the word.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
just go again.
Bird is the word. It's terrible. Don't use that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, cut that.
Shocking.
All right. So the idea of the game is basically we get you, our guest,
Yes.
Shani,
Our honoured guest.
honoured guest,
Thank you.
to ring one of your friend, family, acquaintance,
Someone I know.
Phone
Workmate,
numbers in your
whatever,
phone.
someone in your phone.
Oh, I just thought of someone else I should have rung, but I'm not going to because
That's
I've
okay,
already-
we've
You-
already-
so you've got someone in your mind.
I've got
Yeah.
someone in my mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us? I'm going to ask a couple of questions about this person,
Yep.
just to understand what type of word we should give them. So I'm going
okay.
to ask two questions. One is,
I'm going to stitch myself up.
what's their favorite color?
Purple.
And do they have any pets?
Yes.
What pets do they have?
Cats.
Okay, great. They're my questions. Do you need anything further?
Do you feel like this person reflects you very well?
That's a tough question.
I know. So
Can
trust
you-
me to say that.
Can you
Narrow it
rephrase?
down.
Yeah. Narrow it down. In what way do you want to know if they're similar?
you-
In what way?
I can spell it. I just need it in a different sentence.
In what way?
Tell us a little bit about her personality.
Very smart.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Not super street smart.
Book smart.
Yeah, book smart.
Oh,
book
Book
smart.
smart.
Book smart.
Okay.
Loves routine, structure, things a set way, lives alone.
I know someone like this.
Oh, do you?
This one.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
right.
they sound amazing.
Okay, so what we're going to get you to do is
Yeah.
give them a call,
Yeah.
and we need you to get them to say a certain word
Okay. Yeah.
without saying what is the word that means this,
Right.
Yeah.
or going directly to describing it.
Okay, cool. This is going to be hella challenging for me. Just letting everyone know right now.
This is the
Yeah.
fun of the game.
It is supposed to be really challenging.
Mostly just because when you give me a task like this, I'm
Yeah.
like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Need to get there. Don't want to chit chat. Don't want to small talk. Just want to get to
I
the
feel like
words.
the fun of this game is partly the chit chat. But okay, so Liz, have you got a word in mind?
I didn't.
Okay, okay. So thinking about something like organization and planning, it could
Yeah.
be something around that potentially.
Yeah, I was actually just going to go with something
Like
cat.
completely unrelated.
No, cat related. I was
Cat
thinking.
related.
Oh.
Yeah.
Siamese.
I was thinking of just like feline.
Oh,
The word feline.
Yeah. Do you think that's harder?
I think we could be on the call for a while with that one.
Okay.
Well, I got
okay.
3 minutes from when I did it last week. So
Yeah,
do you
okay.
think you can do better than that?
What about we just use like calendar?
Calendar?
Calendar. How do you feel about calendar?
I'm just trying to figure out how I'd even work that into a conversation.
This is so good. This is going to be the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's call right now.
If you want to phone a friend, we could we could put her on mute and give some assistance. By the way,
okay,
So I reckon
okay.
we could assist.
All right.
If we
We
get
could
stuck.
assist.
It might
If we
be
get
needed.
stuck,
It
if
might
we
be
get
needed.
stuck, we could talk through some strategies and then go back into it.
This just reminds me a lot of
Just
that
be like-
game where you have to describe the word.
Yeah.
Articulate.
Yeah, I'm not good at that one. I'm not good at that game. So
Okay, so so the rules, give them a call, see if
Yeah.
you can say it.
Yeah.
If you're having troubles, put them on hold. Just say, I need to phone a friend. Put them on hold
Yeah.
for a sec.
yeah,
And then we'll talk through it even more.
cool. And the word is calendar.
The word is calendar.
Calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a little guest there who's brought a little toy.
Look at it.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, distracted by puppies. All right, you can call whenever
Okay.
you are ready.
All right. Let's give her a bell. Hopefully she picks up. Oh, I can hear it.
The nerves.
Technology. Oh, I thought she was
She is it.
ready. Oh. She's like, ma.
Hello?
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 Hello.
Hi. It's me.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, it's us. I feel
us.
weird
Oh, yeah.
about not.
Sorry,
yeah.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of
We don't want
Yeah.
to be creeping in the
No.
background, but welcome to the Penniless podcast. We've heard a lot about you. You sound lovely.
Yeah.
We've been talking about you a little bit on the podcast, which isn't weird at all, is it?
No,
No.
not all good.
No, not at all.
This is James and Liz.
Yeah.
Because they didn't introduce their names.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
just
gonna
be
play a
here
game.
as you were.
This
We-
is my sister Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Nice to meet you guys.
So we've given Shani a little task.
She's just gonna have a chat to you, and
Yeah.
we'll just be over here waiting.
And go.
I almost wanted to be like, I forget what I'm doing. But firstly, is someone that's close to you, are they still in Japan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure when they came back. Do you know when they come back?
Monday. Yes.
Yeah?
Monday. I'll
Is it-
be picking Jimmy up from the airport on Monday.
Is it written down somewhere?
It's on my calendar.
Oh, so good! How did you do that?
So the cause for celebration is because the word that I needed to get you to say was calendar. And I needed to get you to say it while we're having conversation. And I had no idea I was going to be able to do that.
That's so good.
Oh
Wow,
my
well
God.
done. Yeah,
Get
okay.
the
That was
hell
amazing.
out. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really played down
think
your
it
skills.
helps
I
that I
really,
have-
yeah.
Sorry?
I do have a physical calendar that it's written on.
I
so
know.
it's
That's
definitely
why I
from
was
Charles.
like, is it written down somewhere? Because I'm like, I bet she's got it written on the calendar.
Yeah, I
is, it
appreciate
is.
the physical calendar. Like, such a big fan. Like, have 3 calendars and a planner. So, like, kudos. Very big
I
fan
just
of the
took
calendar.
mine down and it was from February last year. I'm not very good at them.
I'm just
I use
silently
my phone a lot.
judging you over here. It's fine.
Yes, that was my sister. She's like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have to continue being on this phone call?
Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thanks.
And you
Thanks so much
won.
for inviting me on.
Yeah, you won.
You win a
Yay.
prize.
We don't know what the prize is
We
yet,
don't
but
know.
Shani's going to let you know
we
later.
won.
Sounds great. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Have fun. Enjoy
No
your
worries.
night.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
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 She was really stoked. I can't believe I got that.
That was really
Wow.
good.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
Good.
A little bit of an awkward moment, a little bit there, but he got through. We got through really well. And we played. Game time. Game time. How are you feeling after that?
I'm shocked.
Shocked. I
I'm
could
still
tell.
in awe
There's hardly any
of
words coming out. You're
How
so shocked.
I did that.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that was going to be like a 20-minute conversation and you guys were going to be like, oh,
How do we edit this up?
wrap it up.
We're just like whispering calendar. Yeah, so I think what we have is reasonable, and I think we can make it a little bit harder than we did.
You reckon?
Yeah,
That
I
was
reckon.
quite challenging, though.
So I need to get the balance right. Are you
think-
just an exceptional player at the game, or
So I think it depends on the word you use.
Yeah.
So if we were to bring in like a word like Siamese,
yeah, it'd be
that
hard.
would be difficult.
Exactly.
I actually had intended on using that as just like an intro, and then I was going to go down the route of cat,
Yeah.
and then asking her about the flea situation,
Yeah,
and then
right.
asking if she'd written that down. I didn't even
Oh,
get there.
You didn't.
Yeah. Wow.
You were just like,
That
Okay.
was my game plan.
so just like
what is an
really good
event
game
that's
plan.
coming up?
Yeah.
Really great
how do
game
you-
plan.
How do you put
and
your
I knew
events?
that the person
on
that she's
pieces.
seeing is in Japan, and I
Yeah,
couldn't
great.
remember when he came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice
Just
strong
really good
name
player.
too, Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah,
Yeah,
I
good
didn't say his
strong.
name because I was like, oh, I don't know. But then she said it, and I was like, well, it's all over now. So Jimmy, yeah,
Now everyone knows.
everyone knows it's Jimmy,
Everyone loves you, Jimmy. You're
and
doing
everyone's
well.
like, oh, I know Jimmy.
You're a good bloke. You're a good bloke.
He's on the calendar, so he must be. He's doing something right.
All right. Well, that was fun. I guess we can move on to the next segment, and that'll be enough for game time for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Game time.
Game
Game
time.
time wrap up.
Good time.
Game time.
I win.
Win game time.
Yeah.
Main
win.
character.
You pressed it too hard. That was like so loud.
I wasn't ready for it to make noise. It scared me.
This is
Cool.
why no one touches the buttons.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I wasn't ready
No
for it to
touchy
do
touchy.
something. I thought it was just not going to do anything.
No touchy touchy.
Yeah. So this is going down the rabbit hole.
Mario Kart.
This sounds like Tetris.
No. Down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole.
You need to get
Down
started.
the rabbit hole. Going down.
Okay. What rabbit hole are we going down?
Some theory stuff. So
Okay.
interesting theories, maybe conspiracy theories,
Okay.
people with weird eyes, and Mandela effect.
Probably
So-
take the people with weird eyes out.
Can we?
I'm sure it'll come up.
This will escalate. Let's start with something pretty basic.
Okay, so one theory that's pretty, it's a valid theory, I feel,
Okay.
and this is the soup salad sandwich thing.
Which is?
Soup salad sandwich.
Yeah. Which is?
Soup salad sandwich.
Yeah, does that not make sense? to
Okay.
you?
Well, we can move on now.
Theory explained.
Shani, you know about the soup salad sandwich.
I do.
What is the soup salad sandwich?
Basically, just categorizing any of your food into soup salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually only heard about this at the end of last year, and I was telling you, I think, that
Oh,
I had only just heard that every single food can be classified as a soup, salad, or sandwich.
yeah. So like, what's a taco?
Yeah, a taco's a sandwich.
Okay, cool. Like a wrap.
A wrap's a sandwich.
Okay, cool. So what's like steak and beans?
That's a salad.
Okay, see, yeah,
Um,
makes sense, right?
So the ones I went with was cereal.
It's a soup.
It's a soup. Exactly. I know. It makes perfect sense. So soup is something suspended in liquid. Salad is a bunch of ingredients kind of together. Sandwich is something encased in carbs. So interestingly enough, the one that could be classified as either ravioli,
Yeah, sandwich.
sandwich.
Salads.
No,
Salad?
I think sandwich
Yeah.
or soup.
Or
So
soup?
sandwich
Or
because
salad.
because it's carbs around a filling, but it's in a sauce.
It is, but there's
So-
a lot of it, and it's like mixed up together.
Depends
Yeah.
how saucy the sauce is too.
You're right.
So if
If
it's
it's
like a
just like-
dry sauce,
If it's just like 2 ravioli on a plate, sandwich.
if it's 2 ravioli in a plate, I'd send it back and say someone else has eaten all the rest of my
No,
ravioli.
But you know
You're at
when
a
you
nice restaurant.
yeah, when you
one
go
of
to
those
a
French things.
fancy restaurant, you get like 2 ravioli.
Yeah, okay.
and that's it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your entree.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that would be a sandwich.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could deal with that.
But yeah, I find it interesting. I'm keen for anyone to submit a food they don't think fits in these parameters.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're talking about with down the rabbit hole. I think we can talk about. We could have talked about that for ages, but I'm sure there's more interesting stuff out there. There was something about deja vu that you were talking about in the break, and you said you wanted to bring it up. So what are you talking about?
Deja vu was not my topic of discussion.
Oh, it was Shani.
Yes.
Sorry, Shani.
Sorry, our resident guest
I
here.
feel terrible.
And deja vu expert, Shani, tell
Deja
us
vu.
about deja vu.
I get deja vu a lot.
This is in the Matrix. There's a cat.
Yes.
The cat's name is Deja Vu.
Yes.
Yeah. But
That's
we're not in the
no,
Matrix.
and
I mean,
that's
that's
not-
another theory.
Oh,
I
really?
know. We're not on that theory. We get to that in a
feel like
moment.
we could be in the Matrix.
We could go down that rabbit hole.
We can get to there in a moment. Let's quickly talk about deja vu, the initial theory.
Yes. So I saw something online, of course, online,
on the line.
where they spoke about deja vu, and they said that a lot of people have said that, you know, deja vu is you either remembering something that's happened in the past or past life or whatever. But
Past life.
yeah.
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 Right.
But the version I've heard most recently is that it is all of your different timelines experiencing the exact same thing all at the same time.
So I think
That's
that
why you get deja vu.
multi-universe theory,
Yeah.
everything at the same
So
time.
Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh.
And there's,
That's way cooler.
it is
cool.
It is way cooler.
Hold on, but the thing you were talking about in the past, and I want to come back to Marvel Universe because I do like Marvel Universe. But anyway, the thing you said, like in the past, if
Yeah.
someone in the past was experiencing the same thing as you were,
Yeah.
Your past self. So like
My
if
past self.
you've lived other lives in
Yeah.
other so
Time
like
frames.
I don't believe this is my first time here. I feel like I'm an old soul and I'm experiencing this lifetime again.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what was your previous life? Do you feel?
I have tried to dig a little to understand that a little bit more, and I can't get a lot.
How do you dig?
That's a really great question.
Can
a
you
lot
dig
of
it?
meditation
Okay.
helps.
Yeah.
But also just like being in tune with the spiritual side of life and understanding when you-
Angel numbers.
Sure. For some people, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
know. So my nan is a hugely spiritual person. And so she, when I was a lot younger, tried to help me understand what I might have done in a past life, memories that I had that didn't correlate to the life that I was living. She tried to help me understand if maybe that was from a past life.
We had a pretty good story about that too with your friend Courtney. Did we not?
What do you mean?
Courtney's son.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's what I was going to say. The interesting thing with past lives is that predominantly in the time that you have access to those memories is like pre 4 years old. And so there are things that children will commonly say about just like flippant remarks. And I saw one in the news the other day. There's a little boy who's 4 years old who believes that he is the reincarnation of Princess Diana.
Wow.
And so the things that he's talking about are really specific events and just like, you know, very nonchalant, like, oh yeah, this is what happened before I
Yeah.
died. Like this is who was chasing me. And they're like, sorry, what?
Freaking creepy.
Sorry, I don't, that doesn't make sense. You're a 4-year-old child in my house. Yeah.
The weird thing about that, so like child development, like children generally can't tell a lie, like a story, like
Yeah.
spin a story that's not generally true or based on something they know until
Yeah.
they're about 3, 4.
Yeah.
So that's intriguing to me.
Yeah, the other thing, and the reason why they think that you are then conditioned out of that is because at that point in time you start to understand the constraints that your parents put around your reality
Yeah.
and that society puts around your reality, which kind of dampens your understanding and connection to anything else.
Wow. Wow. So do you guys believe that this is true?
That it's not our
Not our first time.
So yeah, but okay, so let's say you passed 4. Do you remember some of the comments you made back then?
I mean, I've made some pretty
Have
interesting comments. Not about reincarnation, just
Okay.
about other things.
you? Tell me.
I think I've told you.
That's just
When I was
bring out the interesting stuff.
when I was 10, I've told a few people this story. When I was about 10, it was a great time. Had the pickle story. But also, I know it was a good time.
The golden years.
Golden years, 10 for me.
Wow, that got a bit wild there.
It did.
So you were 10 years old.
Yes, and I have said a couple of weird things. So I said to my mum,
Yeah.
hey mum, I know that we already have a lot of cats, but this cat that has been sleeping in my room it told me in my dream that I'm actually going to keep one of its kittens and I'm going to name it Clyde. So I need to keep one of the kittens. Like, she told me that's what was going to happen. Now, instead of being like, okay, you weirdo, which I think I probably would have responded in that way, I retained one of the kittens.
And called it Clyde?
And called it Clyde. And it was my cat for quite some time. And we were best friends.
Okay.
So, I think looking back at the time, it seemed very real to me. But imagine just your 10-year-old walking up and being like, so this cat in my dream told me that I'm destined to have one of its kittens and it's going to be my new pet and we're going to be great pals.
Waiting for the day that Seth comes out with some random shit. Like, he talks about bears a lot.
Yeah.
And having is there a bear down there? And I think it's because I read Bear Hunt book to him a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for him to be like, Mom, I had this invisible friend when I was really young that used to scare the shit out of me. It was a bear. Why didn't you do anything about it? I'm like,
and you're
talking about the book. I don't know.
You were shit at English back then.
You didn't speak so great to me.
Yeah. It was like one or two words you had.
Together.
Mama, that's all I got. And bear. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a thing.
That is a thing. All right, let's go back to Deja Vu being Marvel Universe. So you
Multi-universe? Is that what?
multiverse?
There
Okay.
we go. Multiverse.
So what's the theory? So
The theory is that you're in all of your different timelines.
okay,
And when you go through Deja Vu, it's all of your timelines coming together because each of you in that timeline is experiencing the same thing.
okay.
So when I get Deja Vu and I'm at work and I'm like, I've had this conversation already with this person, it's because we're all experiencing the exact same thing at the exact same time across our timelines.
Where everything else is divided in that one moment. You're all doing the same thing.
It's like Eminem, got one shot, one opportunity.
Mom spaghetti. Oh, I actually really love this idea, and I like so I like the science stuff like this. So going down a quantum level, like a particle can be at a quantum level, whatever a particle can be here and there at the same time, and I think because we know that, I feel like and this is from a layman knowing science, but knowing that could be possible. It's possible that particle could not only be over there and here, but in a different universe at the same time. So I fully believe in the whole multi-university thing.
So
I reckon Deja Vu could be you're experiencing a memory, and this is from an actual Marvel movie. So you're experiencing a moment from from an alternate universe. So maybe not they're all aligned. Just a different theory. But in that Doctor Strange movie that came out recently, so the dreams that they had in there were the dreams of their alternative universe, and that's why they came in. Yeah. So could you?
If my dreams were of an alternative universe.
I know, right?
yeah.
Could you be
not
pulling
those
around?
dreams, like the fun dreams, not the ones where I'm
Could other you just
probably
be
the serial killer?
on a spill right
The
now?
possibilities are endless.
I could actually
Like,
be like
literally.
a Netflix series in another universe.
Yeah.
Main character, there she is.
There she is. Shani, the one that didn't get caught. Something.
She does have Jack the Ripper on her arm. Oh, throwback
Yeah.
to my earlier days.
Good.
Well, again, I'm just going to refer back to
I'm guessing you're
what's
talking about a tattoo there.
Yeah, the tattoo on my arm. Yeah.
Oh, Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. Yeah.
Okay.
again.
Bit
What's
of a
our
fan?
what's our vetting process?
I have told many people. I got Jack the Ripper because I was living in the UK at the time. Big serial killer fan. Terrible choice of words, but big fan.
Big fan. Big fan of what they do. Because that's generally
craft. Big fan of their craft.
This is all terrible. We should edit all of this out. It's shocking.
makes a good story.
Big,
The fact that you have to think about this.
Big fan of their minds and how their
Okay.
minds work. It intrigues me. But I was able to justify getting Jack the Ripper because he's kind of got this like infamous aura around him. Like he was never really caught. Whereas, again, for lack of better wording, Jeffrey Dahmer, who's probably one of my favorites, I can't get him tattooed because he's very real. People know, and especially now that Netflix has created their own documentary, I'm like, well, I sure as shit can't do anything about it now.
So are you saying that he was dumber than Jack
Yeah.
the Ripper? Dumber.
But his mind, so fascinating. Like what he, like it's terrible what he did, but what he terrible, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, when you say
incredible.
a big fan, I think
Yeah.
fascination. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
that fascination with the thinking behind all of that. I absolutely get that.
Yeah, like how the hell do you get to that point where you're
Yeah.
thinking that?
but
Like,
it's not even that. It's
Just the level of
what he wanted to create in his victims that like blows my mind because he didn't have a safe space to explore the things he needed to explore, so he created the space,
yeah, right.
which was inevitably terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it made great entertainment. Like Netflix has made hundreds of
Do you-
thousands of dollars.
yeah.
on
Do you think
millions.
he was ever like, deja vu? I wonder.
I've experienced this moment before.
I wonder if it's a multi-universe thing or like a past life. And they're like, are you gonna I need a moment to just think through what my options are here.
Yeah, do you reckon there's a Jeffrey Dahmer out there that's boring as shit and
Yes.
nobody's interested in him at
Yes.
all?
Yep.
And his mind is like just, plain Jane.
Yeah. And he just sits
Trigger word.
he just sits on his computer playing like poker all day. And
Yeah,
that's it.
poker.
He
Yeah.
just is content.
Chess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chess.
Yeah. Whatever.
Just games.
What was
Minesweeper.
that?
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper. Yeah.
All at
Minesweeper.
the same time.
Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Dumb game.
Triggering, right?
Was it dumb because you couldn't figure out how it worked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a kid when I was playing it.
Is that the best we've got?
Of like conspiracy
yeah.
theories.
Is
There's
that the
heaps of
deepest?
conspiracy theories. You were bringing up before people with weird eyes. Can you explain that a bit more? She was like, I don't
No.
think we should bring that up now because it's boring. But
No,
anyway, bring
it's
it
not
up.
that it's boring. It's just that I'm going to butcher the story.
Can't wait.
So there's a few things that have been circulating, of course, online again,
On the line.
where I don't even know how to explain because that just I think they're supposed to be posed as not this reality people.
Okay.
My algorithm's all over the shop because I've been looking at a lot of like skinwalker footage and like alien stuff and out of this world stuff. And so this kind of falls into that realm where it's specifically related to American politics.
Yeah.
And they've got footage of, I don't know, Trump or someone giving a speech and it's people in the background and their eyes are like not focusing or they're doing weird things. And there's one footage of this lady's neck and it looks like she's got like a seam all the way across. And I don't know, there's some weird
Wow.
shit happening inside the video, but it's
Yeah.
like, are people just editing this? Is it just footage?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. It's weird.
So lizard people. Is that what you're saying?
I feel like that's the route it's going down, but
Yeah.
I also don't feel like I buy into that a lot.
Okay. So you don't think this is like a theory that's like worth going into more? Like, okay.
I don't know about lizard people.
Yeah, okay. You don't think that there's
But
lizard people?
I think there's definitely when that and like this is a tangent, but my brain's going there. When that video surfaced of that woman on the plane who got insanely freaked out by the
yeah.
person she was sitting next to.
I follow her on Twitter.
What?
I
Yeah.
have no idea about this.
So, but like, okay, so
Okay, so there was the lady and she was like totally freaked out on the plane and she ended up getting kicked off the plane and she was like yelling, "You're not real! You're not real! I don't believe," and she was really upset.
She
Like
was
she was almost
visibly,
teary,
like,
teary,
shook.
like shook.
Yeah.
"You're not real," and then she went off the
But-
plane. So
Sorry, go.
yeah,
Yep.
Should I?
yeah, keep going.
Okay. I'll keep going.
I've got more, but yeah, keep going.
So she's on Twitter, and it's really sus. It's really sus. Like afterwards, she's like, "I can't talk about it."
No, but so
Okay, sorry.
But on that, so she disappeared for ages.
Yes.
And then she resurfaced with an apology video.
Yes.
And people were picking apart the apology video. But at the same time that was coming out, and this buys into the whole like, we're going to do something over here, so you're looking this way, and then secretly the government are going to do something over there.
Yeah. Okay.
They released the apology video, and it was at the same time that something was happening big in America, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Yeah.
I do remember at the time that I was talking about it originally, but that surfaced, and they were saying it wasn't her. It looked like there was a filter because she moved.
Yeah.
And the face like moved, like the filter moved with
on
it.
the
And they were
apology
saying,
video?
Yeah, they were saying
Yeah,
it wasn't
wow.
her. It was
I'm
the White
following it
House.
vague.
Because that's right. Because then they, some people online, and like again, I don't know how much of any of this is even true.
Yeah.
Some people online tracked down the video and linked it, like checked the IP address, and
Yeah.
the IP was literally down the road from the White House.
Oh.
Like, why?
Why
would the
do that?
Why would the IP be just down the road from the White House
Yeah, that's conspiracy,
around the same
right?
time that the White
Yeah.
House is doing something?
So okay, so there's two sides to this, right?
Why am I in American
Yes, they
politics?
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like
The
is there-
interesting part, though, like there's two sides, right? There could be like something where this lady has saw something, and then they've done this thing where they've like shut her up and done this video, whatever. And it was all a ploy to distract for this thing.
Yes.
Or this big thing was happening and government decided to do this thing because this big thing was happening
Yeah.
to do it. But yeah,
I just have one issue with all of this.
tell me.
I wish I left my phone in the other room
Okay.
because I don't want that algorithm. Like my biggest concern right now, this is all really interesting, but I really like mindless entertainment on TikTok. And I'm really concerned that at 2 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
going to start getting
Yeah.
lizard people videos.
Yeah.
But to add to your algorithm as well, what was with the deal in, was it Miami? And they like all those cops and those people walking through the mall and the kids.
Oh,
what
that
was
was
that
bullshit.
shit?
No, so I think that one was bullshit because they were talking about aliens and stuff in that, weren't they? Yeah, because there was something and there was a bunch of cops around a mall and there was big shadows.
But
and
there
then
was lots of cops.
yeah, lots of cops.
Lots.
Yeah.
Why would you need that many?
Well, there was lots of kids apparently. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well,
Youths.
but youths, damn youths, get off
Bloody
my lawn.
They weren't like 4-year-olds. They
No,
were youths. Yeah.
But apparently, like
Causing a ruckus.
some of the video from it, there was some big, tall shadows, and from those shadows, Twitter got crazy and was all like, "Oh, it's aliens" and stuff like that.
I feel like if aliens were going to come down and make a bit of contact, they'd just go, screw you all, let's blow this shit up.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
We
we've
had
had
it
this
on the
conversation.
weekend.
Yeah, but we've had it on here before as well.
Yeah.
Because all right, so if you think of current space
Yep.
with us, it's all very difficult to get up there, and it takes a lot of different countries to be able to get up there, right?
The space is the ocean's the space. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess so.
No, like
But-
that's the ocean up there and space is down there.
Anyway, my point before I go into that point,
That's another one.
That's
We'll
all
come back to
together.
that.
my point is once people get to the technology of being able to get up there, the potential is limitless.
It'll never happen.
No,
Yeah,
but
but think of
imagine
to this.
be able to be up in there.
Yeah.
What
What
would
level
you
of
need?
technology
Yeah,
do you
correct.
need to get to, and politics and culture do you have to get to be able to bring everyone together, to make the money together, to be able to bring stuff into space, to
Yep.
be able to build the technology to go to another universe?
Yeah.
I think aliens, if they came here, wouldn't be like that. I don't think at all. I think they'd be like nice. I don't even think they'd bother us, truthfully.
I think it would
We're
just be
ants.
like Well,
true,
yeah,
true that too.
exactly. Just like, oh, okay, lesser beings. Like,
I don't know how to
oh,
communicate
let's
with
just
that.
Yeah.
let's just leave that alone.
Yeah.
Like nothing interesting here. Like we're on a search to develop and find new things, and like, oh, that's not really that interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
The one thing, sorry, I'm not going to go to the space, the deep shit with you. Okay. We had this conversation on a bus, Liz, about the submarine that went down and
Yeah.
it got crushed, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
but no, but it's not that. It's just the fact that like up is down and down is up.
No, please don't. There's no direction.
No, but no, there is.
Keep
It's just
going.
space is down. Ocean is up.
So you're going to stand on your head from now on, is that right?
No.
So you're just going to dive into the water.
There's a reason why we haven't been back up to the moon.
Why?
We never went there. It's the
Oh
ocean.
my God, really?
It's the ocean.
It's the ocean.
It's the ocean. Why can't we go down into the ocean? Because there's too much pressure and we'll combust. We were never meant to go down there. We were never meant to find anything down there because it's like this big thing. It's a portal into the rest of the galaxy. But space, we can go up there because whoever created the universe were like, yeah, man, you go up there. You go up there, have a look around, see what's up there. But ocean, shit, no, we're not letting you down there. We'll combust you.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. That's so good.
We haven't explored the
I
ocean.
feel like we could talk a little bit more about that and it could go quite a long time.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get you back
yeah.
another time to talk
Let's
about
circle
that.
back around. I hate that I said that.
No, that was great. I
So-
loved it.
Sorry, can we lean into that?
If you want.
No, just at another time.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do it another time.
Yeah, we'll circle back and lean into it.
Yeah. Because
Please.
I love, there's some theories that I love about that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to share it, which
Yeah.
has zero scientific
None.
backing
None.
at
Great.
all. But it's fun and it could
Yeah.
make a good Marvel movie.
Is
Anyway.
that because there's something else on your list that you would love to talk about?
Yeah. The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Yes.
Now, I've brought up Mandela effect because Shani's been talking about and sending me reels of the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
You know a bit about the Mandela
Yeah,
effect.
of course.
You were talking about the other day in when you were getting dressed or something like that, I think.
Maybe.
Probably that sounds like a normal
Sounds
like a
getting
thing I would
dressed
do.
kind of
Put
conversation.
that picture in everyone's mind. Lucky,
Yeah. Yeah.
lucky viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's things I talk about.
Yeah, cool. Shani, do you want to explain what the Mandela effect is?
I don't know if I can do it justice.
That's fine.
Essentially, companies are erasing history by just removing snippets of things that we always thought were there and making us believe that they were never there.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on this?
Alternate point of view is originated from the fact that everyone believed that Nelson Mandela died at a particular time. And around the world, if you ask groups of people, they would say, yes, he died at this particular time, but actually he was alive and living and was fine. But groups of people collectively believed that this was the case. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one example, but there's so many other examples whereby as a group, we all believed that something happened, but actually it didn't. Now, the theories around how that's come to be is, yes, maybe a change. There is the theory around a change in history. There's another theory around misinformation that's been shared to the point where people have believed it. But I think there's some really interesting ones aside from just Nelson Mandela being dead.
Yeah. So the one that you sent me,
Yeah.
one of the things that sticked out in my mind was the Michael Jordan basketball.
Yeah.
So you know how he's reaching up with the basketball about to do a slam dunk, and he's got like his legs like scissored sort of thing. What is he wearing? Like what is his lower half wearing?
I assumed shorts and basketball shoes.
The reason I did that is because by assuming that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's part of what we think
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah.
Because like if we think of a basketball player,
We-
they
Yeah.
we think they should be wearing
Basketball
shorts.
basketball
Yes.
shorts.
Yeah.
He's not. He's wearing long pants.
Yeah, wow.
It's,
He's not, though.
He's
Yeah.
not.
He's not.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, right? So this
that's
is
the big thing for the
this
Mandela
is-
effect.
yeah.
Because they
We
were wearing
think-
long pants.
Yeah.
And everyone as a collective thought they were wearing shorts.
So
Or it was changed in history.
correct.
That
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so the big one for me when I
Yeah.
looked into the Mandela effect, and I don't know if you're across this one. Are you across any of the Disney ones?
No.
So the Mandela effect for me as a child is everyone remembers when a Disney movie started and Tinkerbell went over the screen all the way over the top. Yeah, exactly. And she went over there and ding, and that's what happened. Yeah, that's not a thing that has happened.
What?
I
What?
know. Yes. Oh, now you're in the dark. That's cute.
Bye.
Oh.
Oh.
Mood lighting.
Oh.
Let's pause there.
Where'd your light go?
Oh, man.
A few moments later.
Okay, so Tinkerbell
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Yeah, so the fireworks situation, the castle behind it, and Tinkerbell flying over, not a combination that occurred.
How did
Like
it occur?
at all.
No, so I mean, there's different claims. Like, so there's a whole bunch of people putting footage forward, but there's no verification of what's actually real or not, and whether or not it's just the fireworks, the stars, the castle, the combination of just Tinkerbell being on like one movie of Peter Pan, and then there's all evidence of it, but has it been doctored? What does that look like? And the reality is Disney came out and said it does not exist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah. So that's, I mean, I'm sure. Can you possibly imagine that's what got me into the Mandela effect? Weird. But yes.
I can
Okay.
see it though. In
Yeah,
my
me
mind.
too.
So
It's
vividly.
crazy.
So vividly.
So, coming back to so let me go through this first. So, this is the information I found around the Mandela effect. So, the phenomenon known as Mandela effect refers to a collective false memories, shared false memory. I said it very aggressively.
You
too,
did.
Yeah,
You're
it's false.
wrong.
Shared by a large group of people. So the psychological explanation is called confabulation.
Confabulation.
Psychologists argue that the Mandela effect is a result of confabulation, where the brain fills gaps in memory with fabricated information.
Yeah.
This can happen due to reconstructive nature of memory, where memories are not exact replicas of past events, but rather reconstructed, influenced by various factors like suggestion, social influences, and cognitive biases. So the cognitive bias would be like if I asked you what are some of the top movies that you would know from Disney, Peter Pan would be in one of those,
Yeah.
your top
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
And if you were to name some of the Disney characters, Tinkerbell would probably be in there. And you'd be like, how do you relate to Tinkerbell? It's that sparkly look.
Yeah, it's not only that. If you wanted to picture, if you said there's a castle and something flies over the top, and if it's something else, if it is fireworks, if it is something else, and you go, yeah, they flew over the top. For me, who's flying over the top?
Yeah,
Well, it's Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Right? So I love that part of psychology and the part of memory where we really can't rely on our own memory because our brain just goes, oh, okay, in order to make this easier, I'm just going to kind of like patch up the parts I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make this stuff up because I don't know and I can't have it incomplete. So I'm going to use all of my basis for reference to just fill up the rest of the information, which I think is like cool. And if we have all grown up with similar things or all experienced something similar at the time, it's no surprise that a group of people's brains have then formed a similar version of that memory that actually doesn't exist. Alternatively,
Wow.
someone's gone and changed history. So, I mean, either way, quite interesting.
Yeah. So there is like proof of that as well with how your brain works, and like they've like looked into researched the brain quite a bit. And one thing I brought up with you like ages ago was the peripheral vision thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your like vision is only up to a certain point, but you can see things on your periphery, and your periphery is actually made up by your mind.
This
Yeah.
spiraled me
memory.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how's my memory know that I'm looking over here or that I can see this?
Yeah,
No, it
it's
just know- yeah,
reconstructing.
correct.
It's reconstructing it, and that's that bias they're talking about. Like, what does your brain think should be there? Yeah, so I think there's quite a bit in there for this.
Yeah.
Brain
This
is
thing.
so powerful though. Like
Yeah.
you can, I was reading something, I was watching something the other day, and it was basically saying like whatever information you feed it, the brain will create that reality for it. So if you're constantly feeding it negative information and saying, oh, you know, like my life isn't working out great, this isn't what I planned for, blah, blah, it'll pick all those pieces from your life to feed you the negative narrative.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly feeding it like, yeah, you know, things are going great, things are working out for me,
Yeah.
I see all the positives, it'll start to find those positives because that's the narrative it's trying to create because that's what you're telling it.
That's actually why I'm so beautiful, because like in the morning I say,
Yeah.
James, you're just so beautiful, and I say that every day, and that's why I've become so
And-
beautiful.
Hence my main character syndrome. It's because like I am the most important human
Yeah.
in a non-narcissistic way.
Yeah, I mean, we could absolutely explore the downsides to confirmation bias, but at this point in time, we could absolutely just talk about the absolute high points, which are that we can manipulate it to be really powerful for us, which is very cool.
Yeah.
There are some absolute downsides of it that we may be
Big
unaware
time.
of.
My therapist would agree with that wholly and solely.
But
Yeah, that's actually another thing I was bringing up the other day about words being
Yeah.
so powerful.
Yes.
And like, there's that music that if you play like like relaxing music that doesn't create stress, the flowers grow better and stuff like that.
And the water crystals.
Water crystals thing. What's that good to do with things?
Have
stuff?
you heard of the Japanese water crystals? I'm going to butcher this, but basically they got some water from the most pristine, beautiful, clear lake glacier in Japan and the most disgusting water that they could possibly find. And they had all these samples of it. And so for the really pristine water, they labeled, they had a few different ones. They told it terrible words and said, you're ugly and you're shit and I hate you and you're terrible and all of
my
this.
gosh.
Another one, they played really heavy, aggressive music to it.
Yeah.
To
the water.
To the water, correct. Just in
Trade
isolation.
or something.
Yeah.
I think it was
Parkway Drive.
worse than that. I think it was very, very intense.
Very
and
dead.
then the really bad water, they played really positive, uplifting, lightning music. They told it affirmations, really great things, really positive things. And what they found is they looked at the structure, not only the clarity of the water, which changed, but the structure of the water crystals. What they started with in the pristine water was really crisp, great, clear water crystals. And what they find over time is these really beautiful water start to actually not be as crisp and clear and start to actually disintegrate the quality of the crystals, yet the crystals in what they took from the really poor water started to actually improve. And so the theory behind this is we are predominantly water. And so the things that we say, the things that we think, what we put in our brains is then going to impact the physical nature of how our cells and water cells are within our body.
So the pessimist in me is like,
Yeah.
so the crystal water, did it degrade because stagnation?
Oh,
like just
yeah.
Stagnant. But then also like my brain can't comprehend
Saying nice things to water.
and the foundation of the water changing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's water.
Yeah, I mean, it physically looked the same.
Yeah, yeah.
In certain
But
ways,
looking
but
at it
the
at a cellular
actual
level.
correct,
Yeah.
the cells of it started
Get
to change, and they were able to turn it back. So
They
that
just
made
reversed all the bad that they did and just
correct by saying really lovely things to it and singing to it and playing it
It's
lovely music.
water.
I know Japanese water crystals blows your mind. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
Look it up.
Well, we certainly went down a rabbit hole with that one. From Deja Vu to water crystals. That was
told
great.
you tangent counter.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have done
we
that.
needed a
Done it.
tangent counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if anyone's interested in watching all the way through, make sure you count all the
And tell us
tangents
how
we
many
went through.
tangents we went
Put it in
down.
the comments in the YouTube. All right, well,
So many.
we're going to come back in just a second and wrap this up. We'll see you in a second.
You're a woo girl.
He's a woo girl.
You are a woo girl. Yeah, you can be my woo girl.
I kind of picture the guy from Anchorman when I do that.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Ted Johnson or something.
The guy
I
on
don't
the
know,
other-
the sports guy.
Yeah.
With the hat.
The hat,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, yeah.
He's like really self-conscious at the end. He's like, oh. Yeah. Well, that
This
was fun.
is let's just tie up a couple of loose ends. I
Loose ends.
did some
I
math.
can see the calculator over there.
I did some math.
How many basketballs?
So if we just go back to the start, 140 was the guess for the basketballs.
I was so wrong.
I mathed. I used the internet. It says that
There was a lot of mathing going.
there was a lot of mathing going on. We had to get down to feet. A basketball fits in
Cubic.
1 cubic foot.
Can I just say before you give away the result here?
Yeah.
Like, mathing really brings down the vibe of the room.
It does. It does.
Alright.
And any answer would have been a great answer.
Yeah.
So let's just know that. But
Yeah.
just for anyone playing at home, our room is 1,521 cubic foot,
Yeah.
which means
Wouldn't it be nice?
we could fit that many basketballs in. So we're only 1,381 off. So like super close.
Super close. So
Super close.
Good job.
for everyone,
Well done.
that was 1,500 basketballs could fit in this room, which is substantially more than the 140 that I guessed.
Super close.
'Cause
Super close.
apparently I can't visualize space and balls.
Yeah, neithers. So I think you did better than I did. So well done at your attempt.
We've had a lot of fun with you, Shani. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great.
Not my first and last, I hope.
Yeah, we'll have to
Well-
have you back to talk about the ocean that's actually space.
Correct. I've got a long list of things. I'm just going to keep all of my dreams written down. I'm going to bring them all back. Any theory I see that's going to now be on my phone because of everything we've spoken about, I'm saving that to bring back next
Yeah.
time.
She's
Let's
gonna
go
be a
down that
regular.
rabbit hole.
Gotta be
Let's
a
do
regular.
that. Yeah. I think I had fun today too.
You
Like,
think?
I think so. Just having a think
I want to
back.
take offense to that.
Yeah, there was fences involved. Yeah, we got through it. It was good. No. Thank you everyone for watching. We're gonna move along with our lives now and maybe have another drink and have some floor time and enjoy the rest of our night. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night or day or morning or
Whenever you're
Mid-
listening
breakfast?
or watching.
Mid-afternoon,
dinner, lunch,
2:30 in the
dinner
morning.
or lunch
I don't know when you
or
watch this,
supper, whenever you watch it.
but I hope
Afternoon
you're
to
enjoying
light.
it. Yeah, whatever you're
And I hope
doing.
you're live when you're watching it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're live now when we're recording it.
Uh,
Blows
Not like
my mind.
a Shani
Still,
Instagram live, but alive.
yeah, live.
Yeah,
Live.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
And maybe at some point we'll get some stuff up on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
check in on what we're up to on the Penniless podcast.
And we're still thinking of when to actually post these things. So
Yeah.
if you have any ideas of when you would like us to post this episode, just let us know in the comments of this episode.
that would be helpful, I think.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this. All right. Thank you again. Do you want to sign us off?
No, but thank you for having me. Thanks, Penniless Podcast. This is fun. Hopefully not my first and last.
Sounds good. All right. See yous.
Bye.